The Legend of Zelda Four Swords Adventures is not short on enemies. There are places where you have to fight a horde of soldiers or several Hinoxes at once. But even though there are many different enemies in the game, we are just too short on weird enemies, so we don't have a top 5 here. A big reason for this is because the game has both art styles from Four Swords / Minish Cap and A Link to the Past, so many enemies are similar. We do have to mention that we found the bomb truce a bit weird here, and of course the Four Soldier, that definitely would take the #1 spot. Just look at it! It's a green triangle with a sword and shield, and just look at those funny cartoony legs! They look so silly! Anyway, enough with the two weird ones. With TheOwnersofTriforce, I'm on the one, and this is our top 5 coolest enemies from Four Swords Adventures. The Gypdos in this game really resemble the ones you find in Minish Cap. Instead of having parts of their bodies uncovered by bandages, the Gypdos here are all packed up and really look a lot bigger and a lot more intimidating than the ones in A Link to the Past. What we like about this one that the ones in Minish Cap didn't have is the red eyes. Gypdos usually look cool in the Zelda series, and this one is definitely no exception. You face a lot of soldiers in this game that either look very alike or exactly like the ones you find in A Link to the Past. However, there's one soldier that is very different, and especially in size. The chief soldiers are much bigger and just freakishly huge. I mean, are these regular human beings? They're enormous! They can be tough to fight as they are pretty aggressive, and you have to hit him from another point than his front parts. Though, we also get a great laugh out of his shouting. I mentioned in our video about the enemies in A Link to the Past that the Hinox could only be seen in A Link to the Past and as mini-boss in Link's Awakening. Though, it seems that I forgot about Four Swords Adventures. And apparently Phantom Hourglass. But that's probably just because they don't look like the more traditional Hinox. In Four Swords Adventures, they look a bit slimmer and they move a lot faster. In addition, they're a lot more aggressive and they switch out bombs for rocks. They can even grab one of the links and shake the force gems out of them. They still look cool, and we're glad they didn't make any unnecessary changes with them. Even though the chief soldier is huge and badass, he's only human. What do we think? What could make them cooler? That is, if they were undead. The Dark Stalfos are, if we guess, the undead form of a chief soldier. They're just as big and have that red thingy on their heads. As we've mentioned many times before, skeletons are awesome, and we think a big Stalfos is cooler than a big soldier. Plus, his sword is glowing with the color green. It even looks like a lightsaber, and it's just awesome. The only thing we can find cooler than a big ass Stalfos is the Ball and Chain Trooper. They come in two forms, where one of them just moves slowly towards you while swinging the ball around, and then there's the other one that sends the ball towards you, like we've seen in A Link to the Past and other games. These were very fun to fight, but the coolest thing about them was definitely the ones that created rings of fire while swinging the ball around. This made him look so much cooler and much more dangerous, and that's why they made it all the way to #1. Thanks for watching.